Hello everybody, I am the Celebration Man, and today is January 4th. January 4th is National Spaghetti Day, so we're going to celebrate by making some spaghetti, and then I'm going to eat it. Probably. Maybe. Definitely. Definitely going to eat it. Going to eat all of it. The first thing you'll need to do is to gather all of the ingredients and tools necessary. This is very simple. Spaghetti, salt, a pot, and I'm also going to assume that you have water in your house. Fill your pot full of water about 3/4 of the way up, and then turn the heat on high. Take your salt and put a little bit in there. Not more than about half a teaspoon. Just enough. And then put the lid on it so that it has time to boil up that heat. While we're waiting for the water to boil, we'll talk about the most important part of the dish. Sauce. Not a sauce, the sauce. This is the Celebration Grandma sauce. Her secret recipe, if I told it to you, she would kick my ass. She may be old, but she can kick my ass. Especially if I talk to anyone about her sauce. It was taught to her by her grandma, her Celebration Grandma. And her Celebration Grandma learned it from her Celebration Grandma, and her Celebration Grandma learned it from her Celebration Grandma, all the way back to the Dark Ages, where this original Celebration Grandma learned it from her grandma. But you weren't allowed to celebrate things in the Dark Ages, so she was called Observance Grandma. So this is Observance Grandma's Celebration Grandma's special secret sauce, and it is delicious. While we're waiting for the water to boil, it's a good time to start heating up the sauce. So what you do is you take your sauce and you just pop it in the microwave right here. Take the lid off because the lid is metal and we don't want all sorts of arcs and sparks flying across. And oh, that's a good noise when you open a mason jar like that. You take that, put it in the microwave, and Celebration Grandma would kick my ass for that too, putting her homemade sauce in the microwave, and I deserve it. This is how you prepare Celebration Grandma's sauce. You get yourself a fresh zucchini, you wash it, and then you chop it up into nice thin slices. You take the sauce and you pour it into a saucepan. Saucepan. 2 jars of sauce because I'm making a lot of spaghetti. Doesn't that look good? Then you turn the heat on that burner on about medium. My zucchini got a little bit frozen in the refrigerator, so I've separated out all of the pieces that are frost damaged and set them aside. You take your zucchini, add it to the sauce, grab yourself a spoon and stir that in there. Wait for that to start bubbling, but in the meantime, the water for your spaghetti should be getting right up to temperature. As you can hear a little bit, it's starting to bubble, so we'll take the lid off. And then we'll put some spaghetti in the pot. You can use a pasta measuring device if you want, but I prefer the box in pan method. Turn it down to about 7 out of 10 heat. In a little while, the pasta will become soft and drop down into the pan of its own accord. Now that the pasta is in the pot, we want to bring it to a gentle boil. Adjust the heat however you need to do so that it's bubbling a little bit, but not enough that it looks like it's going to bubble out of the top of the pan. Also, if you need to, put the lid back on so it can gain heat faster. The pasta sauce and zucchini is starting to bubble gently. Make sure you stir that nice and well. You want it to get warm and cook the zucchini a little bit, but you don't want it to boil. This pasta sauce is already cooked. It's a little bit too much heat there, we'll just turn that down. Stir the pasta gently with a big spoon. You can lift it out and see that it's still kind of stiff. It needs to go for longer. I'd give you a time, but pasta cooking times vary so much by altitude and temperature and the type of pasta and all that, that you pretty much just gotta look at it and see when it's done. The pasta is now a lot less stiff. That took about 5 minutes for me, but who knows how long it'll take for you. You just gotta try it and see. The term al dente that you hear about pasta sometimes means to the tooth or something like that. And basically what it means is that the pasta is soft enough that if you press it up against your tooth it'll go through, but it's not mush. Not quite there yet with this. Another 5 minutes or so would probably do it. The tomato sauce is also coming along nicely. Lift out a piece of zucchini and we can see that it's a little softer too. That means it's getting cooked. One of the hard and fast rules of cooking spaghetti is that no matter how hard you try, the pasta and the sauce will never be ready at the exact same time. Doesn't matter what you do. That's just how it works. Pasta's nice and soft now, and when I press it against my tooth it goes right through, but it's not quite mush yet, which means it's the perfect time to take it off the stove. Now, a colander, besides being the most effective device to put on the end of the launch arm of a catapult for hurling fruitcakes into the air, is also a device for draining pasta. And that's what we're going to do with it. First you drain the pasta, and you give it a good old rinse. Cool it down a little bit. Now, this being my first cooking video, the first of many because many holidays are about food, I'm going to let you know right now that I don't know a whole lot about cooking and I'm winging it every single time. Everything I say is just from what I remember, from what my parents told me, or from what I looked up on the internet 15 minutes before filming. So, you might want to look up some recipes of your own besides following mine. After the pasta is drained, back into the pot with it. Delicious. Now we take ourselves a plate, dish up some pasta. Take our spoon and our sauce. Dish ourselves up some of the delicious Celebration Grandma tomato sauce with fresh zucchini. Although a wooden spoon will work fine for stirring, apparently we need a bigger spoon for dishing up. We'll add a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese on the top. And there we have a delicious spaghetti dinner. And that's how you celebrate Spaghetti Day. I am the Celebration Man, and you have yourself a very merry January 4th, and I will as well. Be back tomorrow, because every day's a holiday.